All right, so let's talk a little bit about hand biomechanics. So, a cable operated excavator can provide a good analogy for the mechanics of the hand. Cables transmit force across the boom, stick, and bucket of an excavator, which can allow the bucket to do the work of digging. Similar concepts are present in the hand. Muscles are like the motor, and tendons are like the cables that transmit force across the joints. Muscles act by shortening when contracted and relaxing. They can relax immediately or slowly, which we call eccentric contraction. However, the basic mechanics of the hand are a bit more complex than the excavator. For one, there is a lot more counterbalancing. Muscles and tendons work in concert with opposing muscles. The most simple example is one muscle tendon unit that flexes a joint, and an opposing muscle on the other side that extends the joint. A large part of a muscle's job is to control the opposing muscle. A single muscle tendon unit that crosses multiple sequential joints will have an effect on every joint it crosses. A single tendon that crosses the wrist and multiple finger joints can provide a simple clunky motion such as grip and release, however, would not provide for a high level of dexterity. This is why we have so many muscles that control the hand, including many smaller muscles inside the hand that can counteract, temper, and fine-tune some of the larger forces that are being transmitted from larger muscles in the forearm. And these smaller muscles can add their own moments of force and can target one or two joints more specifically. The symphony of acting and counteracting muscles are what provide us the high level of dexterity we enjoy. The other way our hands differ from the excavator is the incredible amount of sensory feedback we get. The hand is a sensory organ as much as it is a mechanical one, and is our main tool for physically interacting with the environment. Where a tendon attaches and how it crosses a joint is important with regard to mechanical advantage. The joint is a fulcrum and the bone is a lever. Where the tendon attaches can provide either a small lever arm by attaching close to the joint, or a larger lever arm by attaching farther away from a joint. The efficiency of the lever is called mechanical advantage. The greater the mechanical advantage, the less force is required to move the joint. What's interesting is that almost all muscles in our body sacrifice mechanical advantage for something else. We have almost no muscles in the body that have a high mechanical advantage. A few of the rare examples of muscles that have a high mechanical advantage are the masseter in the jaw and the adductor pollicis in the hand, which is important for key pinch. Almost all other muscles in our body have low mechanical advantage, and our bodies seem to go through extra lengths to keep our muscles and tendons with low mechanical advantage. In the finger, for example, our tendons pass through a series of tubes that we call pulleys or sheaths. This actually decreases the mechanical advantage of our muscle and tendon by keeping them closer to the bone and joint. However, our evolution has selected for this feature over and over again because there are some things that are more important than mechanical advantage: the shape of our limbs and range of motion. Having a large moment arm would deliver an incredible amount of power to our limbs when our muscles act. However, it would leave us with thick, webbed limbs with bowstringing tendons and would limit our range of motion. As it turns out, it's incredibly advantageous for us to have relatively slender limbs and fingers. It provides us with a high level of dexterity and versatility. Furthermore, this allows for a greater range of motion. In the example of the finger, where the flexor tendons are passing through the pulleys or sheaths, this allows for the finger to curl up into a complete fist. There are other interesting advantages to having these tendon sheaths, such as keeping a constant mechanical advantage throughout the arc of motion, instead of having a variable mechanical advantage throughout the arc of motion, which may make the job of our muscles easier. I hope you enjoyed discussing some of the biomechanics of the hand. It can be a bit complex, but also show that the hand is a beautiful tool.